What's going on, people? Tottenham, Tottenham, Tottenham. You always do it to us.
Yep. What can you say?
We always, look, it was there for the taking today. We thought we were going to turn up. I thought we were going to turn up. You thought we were going to get a draw. We got 3 points. Man City in the mud. Grealish in Emerson's pocket. Højbjerg man of the match. Harry Kane, the #1 leading goal scorer at Tottenham Hotspur. It couldn't have gone any better, could it, Danny?
Not really, no. The only thing that could have been better was more goals for us, that demolition job. But other than that, it was really good. It was really from start to finish, to be honest with you. Defensively, offensively, I think. Yeah, we could have probably, in the final third, like I was saying earlier, I think we could have taken better opportunities. And I think they just lacked that kind of really decisive like thinking, I think, from some of the forwards in those positions. Like with their last, they could have like played the better ball to someone else, but as a whole, it was a really good game of football. And I quite enjoyed it. First time I've enjoyed a whole 90 minutes of Spurs football for a while.
Yeah, 100%. And we said it earlier, this is probably the first time from minute 1 to the final minute that Tottenham have played really well. Pep is crying already.
Absolutely.
Man City, we dropped 3 points. I don't know what happened here. We've had chances. We found positions. Tottenham has a fantastic team and squad, and they punish you. You have to give them credit. Cry more, Pep. Cry more. Pep is Pep is having a meltdown. Oh, it's just brilliant. And look, forget about everything that's going on. You know, kind of everyone in the bigger picture of things. We're 1 point off the top 4. It's all up for grabs now.
Of course it is. We were never not in the race anyway. It's just a lot of people seem to think we were out of it because of the way we were playing inconsistently, but we're still in there. And yeah, we were still in there after the before the World Cup. After the World Cup, we were still in there. And yeah, it's there's a lot of football to play for, to be honest. And we're still in the FA Cup. We're still in the Champions League. So there's still a lot of football to play for. I could just see on the TV now, Harry Kane, as they're all giving him, all the team are giving him handshakes and hugs, and kind of in the changing room there, he looks really emotional. He's on the phone to someone, and he looks like he's a happy man after breaking that record. He might be on the phone to his missus or his wife and congratulating him. But yeah, he looks very happy. He looks ecstatic that he's done it today, and in the best way you could possibly do it, in front of the home fans.
Yeah.
In a big game against Man City to win the game. You couldn't ask for more than that.
You couldn't ask for more. Look, Stellini's come out. Sorry? I was on the phone to
I was
Conte.
on the phone to Antonio Conte, so we just heard that Kane was on the phone to Antonio Conte, so that's who it was. And he had a massive big grin on his face. So.
Yeah, 100%. Look, Stellini's come out. Absolutely great performance for all the team and all the staff. We knew it was a tough week without Antonio. Everyone forced themselves to another level. We're happy for them, for the club, for Harry and for Antonio. Antonio's far from us. And he's not very well at the moment. He had to stay away from the game and stay calm. But I've just spoken to him and he is very happy. On Harry Kane, an incredible achievement. He's 30, he has time to do many things. He has the skills to score again and again. When you look at him, you can feel football in every moment of his life. On Spurs' record v Man City, it's extraordinary to beat City 5 times at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They're a big beast. When you beat Man City, you have to cover all the space. We defended very well and did that. On Emerson Royale, we have seen him play great games. Against City last season, it was similar. Today, he was a good player and he used to be better. And he used to be better when you're winning. He has to improve in other situations, but today he was perfect.
Who's that on? Who said that about?
Stellini said that on Emerson Royale. On communication with Conte, I couldn't speak with him, but we had some messages from him in the game. They arrived a bit later, but we had to take responsibility. On being unbeaten as Conte's standing, my record is safe today and we have to continue, but I want Antonio back. And that's from Stellini.
Amazing.
Breaking news. Anyway, we're going to get into the callers. It's going to be all positive. I'm not going to have any negatives on this post-match fan show. Otherwise, you're getting kicked right off straight away. That's the warning that's gone out. Let's get the first guest on, and it's Arian.
How are we doing? Let's go! What a win! What a win! That robot today, this is my #1 dude, that robot today, Haaland, was showing levels by Kane. Levels. levels. I've been hearing so much. Oh, Holland's now the best striker. He's the new shiny toy. Oh my God, he has so many goals. That guy cannot play football. Every time, if you're playing against fucking Bournemouth or whatever, and you're scoring these hat tricks against these random teams, they're gonna beat 7-0 anyway. Sure, rack up all the goals. But today, when it mattered, I did not see that guy anywhere. Romero had him in his pocket, even after the
Back
red
pocket.
card.
You're right. You're
Back
right, Arian.
pocket.
Spot on. How are you doing though? It's good to see you, mate.
Oh, I'm doing amazing, Danny. How about you? We always talk together.
We do.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you're doing. You've had a great show today. Everything today was just fucking magnificent. Emerson turned into prime Cafu. Davies
Barry's
turned
loving
into
this.
prime Maldini. Lloris did not make a mistake. It was just absolutely incredible. This performance, like these performances against City, hyped me up so much. And I've seen this script before. Having a little bit of a poor run of form, get 2 January signings in on deadline day, game against Manchester City in the top 4 race. I've seen this script before. I've seen it under Conte. I'm 1 point off top 4. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get top 4, and Arsenal are not gonna win this fucking league, bro. Did you see what happened against Everton? Did you see what happened against Everton? Those 3 points don't matter. They're gonna fucking capitulate. Man City are gonna smash them in their 2 games, and they're not winning no league. We're getting top 4, and they're gonna bottle it, and it's gonna be fucking magnificent. It's gonna be glorious. They're gonna have a trophyless season. We're gonna win the FA Cup. We're gonna get top 4, and we're gonna go far in the Champions League. And who knows? We're gonna win that shit too. Why not? Why not?
Yes, Arian, man.
We're gonna win everything. We're winning it all. After that performance, there's nothing that can stop us. Nothing. Nothing. I don't care. I don't care.
Okay. Well, Arian's on one. If you could have shown that much passion into making your bed, Arian. Yeah. The most
Who needs a bed?
untidiest.
I was
Look
too
from
busy
from the man next to me who has the most tidiest bed in YouTube. He's not impressed with the state of your bed, but we'll
To
let
be
you
fair,
off
right?
just this
I
once.
was. It's a morning game for me, so I just got up out of bed and ran downstairs to watch the game. I did
That's
not
fine, man. That's fine.
have time.
That's dedication.
That's
there.
dedication. So, Arian, your thoughts on Højbjerg today? He's turned up.
So good. I was getting frustrated with him. I'll be honest, because for a while he was having these performances where he was. You could see he was just getting frustrated with himself too. He's like a little bit behind. He's lagging behind the team. But today everything was clicking for him again. He wasn't doing having those clumsy like touches where he kind of slows down the attack. No, he was running forward. He was really a force that was attacking with us. A lot of players that were just lagging behind the team today clicked together. Son as well as another one that he had a brilliant game. He was dribbling. He looked dynamic. He looked fast. He looked so in tune with the team. A lot of the team really felt like they were on the same wavelength, and everyone was working together. And it was just so effective against a side like Man City, who are actually genuinely, even though they've been below their standards this season, they're still a tough team to go against. And we just decimated them because everybody was working as a unit. Everybody. It's like that 3-2 win last season. It was just less goals, but it was the same exact performance. It was less mistakes from our end and just a little bit less finishing touch from us too. But it worked, and it was amazing. And Højbjerg just had, I think honestly, he had a flawless game up until like the 88th minute when that touch led to like the red card or whatever. That's the only mistake I could point. That touch was a little poor, but you cannot ask for a flawless performance literally for 90 minutes from a player in the Premier League. That just doesn't happen. Players make mistakes. I'm not going to hold that against him, but he was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and look, Stellini said at the start we have to be perfect. Yeah. I think bar the Mahrez kind of chance to clip the bar, I thought we were pretty perfect for 96 and a half minutes or however long it ended up on. What did you put it down to today? Was it because it was Man City, because of the record? What the crowd for me seemed to be loud the whole game. What was it? That we just turned up and just performed like that today, Arian?
It's a little bit of everything because everything clicks in games like these, right? You had obviously Man City. We have that mini rivalry that does go on with Man City. You have the stadium curse that they've got. We're a little bit like their Liverpool for us. The fans are always up for a game against City because we love riling up that bald fucking Pep guy. I love riling him up. He's just so funny. And for Conte, because of what he's been going through. I think there was a lot you could see that in the players too. Like
Yeah.
we just saw, Kane was on the phone with Conte in the locker room. Stellini, I'm sure, mentioned his name probably like 7 times in the dressing room because everyone was fighting for the badge, for the team, for the fans. Everyone was there giving 100%. No one looked sleepy out there. That's been a problem with Spurs this season. Every time we're playing, someone looks asleep. Dyer looks asleep sometimes. Højbjerg looks asleep sometimes. Sessegnon looks asleep sometimes. Emerson looks asleep half the fucking games, or he's looking away from his passes. Whatever, right? Today, no, everyone was locked in. Everyone was locked in. We were just ahead of the City players. We were thinking faster than the Man City players. They were behind. It's like they couldn't think through the noise. It was just so dominant. Even though they had the ball, they couldn't do anything with it. It's like Mourinho said one time: they can take home the ball. We'll take home the points. We just dominated. We just outclassed them in every possible way you can define in a football pitch, and it was amazing though. It's just mesmerizing to watch. I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. Sometimes I'm about to fall asleep watching our games. By this time, I couldn't take my eyes off.
Yeah, look, Arian, you're right. It did have to be perfect, but look, Harry Kane, Tottenham's all-time leading scorer. Your thoughts on him today, and I guess in what he's done for this football club.
I don't have enough time to say good things about him. I mean, everyone can sit there and say, oh, he hasn't done X, Y, and Z. He hasn't won these trophies or whatever, but that doesn't matter, man. Look at how absolutely brilliant this guy is, and he's not been dealt the best hand in football. We have to all agree this. He has not been blessed with an amazing national team who have a brilliant record. He has not been blessed with a team who have just this,
Land can, like, do they? Okay.
What's going on, people? You better wirecast it as well. I think we're back. Are we back?
I think so. I think
we're back. I think we're back. I'm not sure if we are back. Are we back? Yes, we are back.
We are live.
I think so. Oh, my word. Only on a day of today when things can go so right, the stream goes so wrong. We're going to send a new link out to the community section. We will go with what's been happening on everyone that's been talking about Kane. Ramon Vega, former Tottenham defender, believes the time is right for Harry to leave Spurs. All right, we can go like that. Pep Guardiola has only lost 5 times at 2 away grounds, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and Anfield. Not bad. Jamie Carragher, City are a lesser team with Haaland in it.
Interesting.
They've scored 25. They've scored the same amount of goals with him in the team and without him, but they've conceded more goals. It's far easier to counter-attack. The thing that's going on has been about how badly Man City have played, not how well Tottenham have played.
Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? It always is, though. Laggy lad.
Laggy lad. But we're back.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. The internet's playing up at the moment for some reason.
Exactly. I really don't know we don't know what's happening. We don't know what's happening. We're just going to have to bear with us. So yeah, there's a new link in the community section. Big up to Arian, who we lost mid-sentence. Hopefully he's gone and tidied his bedroom. Getting back on.
Not
Big
with a
up,
tiny
Arian.
bedroom, but I'm still here.
Okay,
Big up,
cool.
Arian.
I think that's where we were.
Harry Kane, that's where we were. All right.
Yeah.
I was just saying, I don't think I have enough time to just say everything about Kane. France, he's not been dealt a great team who win trophies every single year or something, and you know, he's a star. He's always been the one who is scoring like. No, these numbers are not just a superstar for a team like Harry Kane. I don't think there has been for 2 years straight, and 3 years, whatever. I mean, everyone can make those arguments, but regardless, on a season-to-season basis, I don't think there's been outrageous numbers. Second player to ever get top goal scorer, outrageous goals, and he came on that pitch and he had a better performance than both of them put together. Like this guy is just—he's a machine. And he's just such a humble guy. You see that speech he made to the fans. He was on a phone call with Antonio Conte. He's so humble. He remembered to represent my team than Harry Kane, and I'm so proud of supporting the same team as him. He's just
Ends up saying in the end of the season, say if Conte doesn't sign that contract, and he's like, "I think I'm done now." How would you feel? Do you feel confident the club are going to be able to replace him? Do you think it's going to be
replace a player like Kane? Like right now, you have unlimited money. You can pick anyone. Screw the board. Doesn't matter who it is. You don't replace. It's just about how I reinvest that money into the team. Is it going to be a loss? I mean, it's going to be a mandatory downgrade. Now, can we come back as a team? Hopefully, and my team pretty well. I mean, I think Paratici definitely has a plan and a structure, and I think he's fitting that structure quite well. You know, from every single summer, every single window, we've had these targets. You know, where the front threes with Bolsuma, Højbjerg, Skip, Bentancur, and then on the wing backs now you've got Perisic and Sessegnon with Udogie coming back, and now you have Spence on loan who looks brilliant, and now Emerson who looked amazing in these big games, and Porro who we haven't seen yet, but he's been absolutely sensational for Sporting. So that midfield looks amazing. Now we're just going to focus on investing in the summer on our keeper and our center backs, and if we do that right, the same way we've been doing everything else, who's just like Kane Monet to some proper center backs, we could still go forward as a team. I don't want to worship Kane as if he's some god that if he leaves we're going to fall apart as a club.
I agree with a lot of what you just said. I think with Harry Kane, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the summer. We'll say, like me, I say that he's done a good job. He's done a couple of bad deals, as everyone does, right? But the good ones he's done, if you look at where we were before he came in, right? Under the constraints of the board, right? He's put in 5 players of Porro, who will be eventually, I believe, the #1 right wing back in the club. That's 5 players he's brought in that understand the constraints of the board, right? We all know how they operate, right? No one's unaware of how they operate. So they're doing things, and they can get 1 or 2 players in that improve the level. Big issue, I think, in the summer or the following summer.
I think a lot of family and friend issues right now that if it was a club, it's going to be difficult for him to remedy through that. And another thing is like for Paratici, do you have any idea how ridiculous it is to get a player like Bentancur for 19 million in today's market?
Yeah.
Had that been Brighton signing Bentancur for their midfield for 19 million euros, everyone and their dog would have been like, "Oh my God, they're an incredible scouting team, another steal that they could sell for 70 million." Had that been Brighton. But because it's us, no one talks about it except us, because we see how brilliant he is week in, week out. And it's just a testament to how amazing Paratici has done, like you said, within the constraints of this board. The guy has a brilliant eye for talent, especially in the Serie A, which people use to clown on him. But I think it's look how amazing he uses his experience in the Serie A. You know, Kulusevski we got for another like a 30 whatever million, which is just pennies for a player of his quality. We can easily sell him to Madrid for 120 million tomorrow. He's that good. You know, I think he's been absolutely brilliant. If he can replicate what he's been doing in midfield and attack for our defense, we are going to be a force to be reckoned with soon enough. And hopefully Conte stays. And if he doesn't, then as long as honestly we can get another manager who can play with a back 3, even if it is like a Pochettino, because we know Pochettino can play with a back 3, then as long as we're still building what we're building, I'm happy, because he's building something truly special. I think he genuinely is. I think everyone has misses, like you said, but I think he has way more hits than he does misses. He's been brilliant for us.
Okay, big up Arian. Sorry for all the issues. I think we've managed to fix them.
Hopefully.
I think we've managed to fix them. So yeah.
Any last thoughts, Arian?
No, I just hope you guys have a fantastic show. Hopefully no more cutoffs, people during their monologues when they're hyped up. And as always, come on you Spurs!
Love it. Come on,
Big
Spurs.
up, Arian. Big up, Arian. Yeah, we fixed the problem, didn't we, Danny?
We did, yeah.
We know what the problem was, don't we, Danny?
Just about.
Yeah. It was you, Danny. You're the problem.
Always blaming me, yeah, Barry. He loves it.
Yeah, well, I'm still waiting for you to say that you love Emerson Royale, like Jerry said
I'll
earlier.
Never say those words.
Come on, man. Right, let's get the next caller on. He's been patiently waiting, like everyone else. Is Ross. Big up, Ross. How you doing, man?
Doing great. Come on, you Spurs. Once again,
Spurs.
serving up some Man City in our own stadium. Gotta love it.
Yeah, give us your thoughts on the game, man. What time is it over there? It must be afternoon over there where you are?
Yeah, almost noon. I'm in Seattle, out on the West Coast. So
cool, man. So you woke up. Your day's not going to be ruined by Spurs. Our evening's not going to be ruined. So you can enjoy the rest of your day with a smile on your face.
Yep, I woke up to something good. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I woke up for this. I mean, come on, guys. But no, fantastic game. You know what it reminded me of? The first game when Sonny scored that we went 1-0 and Kane was still up in the air. It reminded me of that game. I mean, where we were just all over the pitch, getting after it, going after the ball. I mean, even Sonny was at one point was diving down in there on defense and getting after it. I was like, wow, because he doesn't. I mean, not saying he's a slacker on D or anything, but he was really getting after it, which you don't usually see. And it made all the difference. We were stringing passes together. We were looking to go. We weren't kind of sitting back scared, going, oh no, what's going to happen? We weren't playing not to lose. We were playing to win, and that's how you have to play.
I think that's for me as well, Ross. I agree with you. I think that's the first time for a whole 90 minutes I've seen the team have the desire to want to go and win the game. I think that was the biggest thing that I took away from that game was we actually did it over a 90-minute period and not just for one half, which was really interesting. I think it looked to me that we wanted it more than Man City did, and that is the best thing I take away from the game. I think, like Stellini said at the beginning, but in the press match conference, the pre-match conference, sorry, that we need to be perfect if we want to win, and I think we were near enough perfect, considering for what we did on the pitch today, and I think that was really good to see from Spurs, which was, I mean, who would you say your man of the match was today, Ross?
Oh, man. Well, I think I got to go with Kane. I mean, when you break a record, I think that kind of, and get the goal of the wins, I think that's got to give you man of the match. And, I mean, what can you say about him? I mean, the guy just does it all. I mean, I always say I never have to defend Harry Kane. I just say, look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Numbers do not lie. And even Pep said, and he said, so just because, Harry Kane hasn't won a trophy, that means he's a bad player? Yeah, I mean, exactly. No. I mean, is that a measure? Yes, it is. Of course it is. There's no getting around it. But it doesn't mean that he's what he's done is diminished just because, he just hasn't happened to win a trophy yet.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, look, what did you put today down to, Ross? Was it a bit of mentality from Man City, Pep, experimenting like Pep always does, or was it just we came out and we were the better side and we wanted it more? What was Conte wasn't there? What was the reason? Because we've talked about the first half of games, and now we're talking about the first half of seasons. It seems like we're in the second half of the season now, and it's like completely changed. The mindset has changed. The performances are changing slowly but surely. The team's back to full strength. I mean, I don't know what is it in your opinion that's got us where we are today, and how that kind of we see that for the rest of the season.
Oh yeah, I think it's a combination of things. I definitely think the Conte situation, him being out, the guys want to play hard for him. That helps. I think even the transfers coming in. I mean, look at the game Royal had today. Who did we just sign? We just signed a right back who's a really good right back, and Emerson knows, hey, I better do something here, or else I'm going to be on the bench. He knows the quality of Porro, and that's what's great about competition. It brings out the best in everybody. Yeah, and I think the club see, and the players see that too. Hey, we're bringing in some guys here, some quality guys. We can go on a run, and just that too, just getting after. I think they just came to realize that, hey, we've got to play better than this. We can't just sit back and hope we don't lose, and that, and also in our style of play too. Always, that's why we do so well against City. Because our counterattack, you can get behind them, you can break on them, If you keep your shape at the back, you stay disciplined, you win the ball, as we did today, you can get behind them. You can get chances. And I mean, look at all the chances we had. We didn't put away as many as we should have, but they were there. We were knocking on the door almost all game.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And look, Harry Kane, your thoughts on the words on Harry Kane is, he's Spurs now. Spurs is all-time top scorer.
Oh, I mean, he's the GOAT. He is. He really is. And he's bled blue and lily white for so long. I mean, we had the whole thing with Man City, which I think a lot of us, we understood. I mean, if they would have met the valuation, I was telling someone the other day, and he wanted to go, I'd have been fine. I would have understood, as I think a lot of us do. He's been nothing but great for the club and the community and everything. I'm glad that he just did stay, and it's kind of looking like maybe now that he's in some contract talks and that. But I mean, he's just incredible. I mean, he's one of a kind. Even I'll show clips to people that I know that don't even follow the sport, and they always mention that. They'll be like, "Oh man, that Harry Kane guy, he's really good," and that tells you a lot there. People that don't even follow the sport can tell that.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. What do we need to do now to kick on? We've got a kind of week's rest between now and Leicester, and then we've got some pretty obviously a Champions League Champions League nights are back, so that obviously turns our attentions with the FA Cup and everything else. So the games are going to come thick and fast, but once we get past February, we've got more games, but kind of easier games, right? So. What would you say, Ross, is your priority? Is it a FA Cup win? Is it top four? Is it both? Or Champions League run all the way to the final? What's your priority? Or all three,
I think,
if you're going to be greedy.
yeah. Why not? Let's be greedy. Let's try to. You need to go through all three. We just need to stay focused. We just need to be consistent. Play more like we did today. I mean, we've got in some new signings. Maybe we can get those guys worked in. And that's really what it is. If we can show the same kind of effort that we showed today, I mean, we could, there's not a lot we can't do. You never know what's going to happen in those competitions. That's what makes them so great. You go on a run, like we did on our Champions League run, several years ago. You catch them at the right time, and you can go on a run. I mean, we don't know how the FA Cup plays out. We may get some good draws and not have to play so many Prem teams. But no, yeah, go for it all. We might as well. I mean, we got, we need trophies. I mean, we're still on the hunt for two of them. Let's, just give it your all. Then, you never know what can happen.
Yeah, no, look, absolutely, Ross. But look, go and enjoy your day, man. Go and enjoy it with the smile on your face, and we'll go again next week. Big up for your call, man, and yeah,
big up, Ross.
Big up.
Man.
Always good to speak to you, Ross.
You guys, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Big up, Ross.
Listen, so yeah, look, we've got the new link. There's a new link in the community section. We had to put a new link out because of what was happening. So all those people on the old link, come and join on the new link, because I think someone was saying KPV is waiting, but we can't see you, KPV, so you're probably on the old link. Danny, He's just joined on the new link, has he? Course he has, because he is the GOAT. We're just waiting. We're just putting you on, KPV. Give us a couple of seconds, and we will get you on, because you are the GOAT. Here he is. It's me.
It's me.
It's KPV. He's on mute.
He's on mute, yeah.
I'm not.
There he is.
There he is. Don't be a jabroni. Don't be a jabroni, KPV. I'm still blocked on YouTube, KPV. Will you stop? Will you unblock me?
Hey!
Go on, Barry.
He saved it for the big game. Harry Classy saved it. And Shearer Rooney weren't going to stay in the 200 club for long, so Harry Kane decided to get in on the act.
Yeah, he got there. He's got there quicker than everyone else, man. He got there quicker than one game quicker than Shearer, I think, and a hell of a lot quicker than Rooney. So, what do you think, KPV? Is he's staying? He's going? He's getting he's going to beat Shearer's Premier League goals record? What's going to happen? He's going to win an FA Cup. He's going to win a Champions League. He's going to win a Royal Rumble.
He's saying he's going to break Shearer's record, and he's already level with Rooney England record. So, like, yeah, he just needs to score one more when an international break is in March. And so he's saying he's going to win the FA Cup, Champions League, and we're still in the fight for those two. So, yeah, you still got a ticket for Istanbul, Barry.
Yeah, we're still there. We're still going to Istanbul, KPV. We're still going, mate. We gotta believe. We gotta believe. What about those? What about those jabronis down the road, KPV?
This is the only time we're doing those lot a favour, because back in '99 they wanted us to do them a favour so they could retain the title, but we couldn't. We were 1-0 up at Old Trafford, Les Ferdinand, and then we concede 2 late goals. So you lot, we only done you a favour, and that's one. So good luck trying to beat City. It's not going to happen. So yeah, Pep has Arsenal's number. So, but what's that again, Pep? You can't score, mate. Your team is shit. You can't score in this stadium.
Love it,
He only got
KPV.
one win. He only got one win a couple of weeks ago.
Do you think the best thing about today was watching Pep cry again?
Yep. Cry more.
Would you say cry more, bitch, KPV? Is that what you just said?
That's what he can do. He can cry more because, like,
KPV is drinking Pep's tears tonight.
Oh, hello.
He said you're drinking Pep's tears tonight.
Talk to me about Emerson Royale, KPV.
Emerson had Jack Grealish in his pocket again, and he's beating him in every round. It's a bit like boxing, so, like, no penalty. I don't know why they were claiming for handball, and so cry all you want, but they can cry all they want. They're like Liverpool from last season at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They're just like Liverpool, but they can cry all they want. But in the end, you got done over today, and as expression said, they did not only get put on a split, they got put on a t-shirt like it was Memorial Day, fam. Just normal. I wonder where Dennis Zimmer. Where's Daigle when you need him? I wonder where he is.
KPV,
Yo.
what happened to your boy today, Kulusevski? He was very quiet.
Well, yeah, he may have been quiet, but I thought he had a quite good game today. Like, he could have scored, but, like, passing, still doing great, and he's in the running for the Playmaker Award. 5 assists. De Bruyne's only got about, 9? But Kulu, he can still win the Playmaker Award. Like, Kane got the Golden Boot and the Playmaker Award 2 seasons ago. So, Kane can still win a Golden Boot. Haaland, what happened to you, fella? You got put.
Yeah, what did happen to him today? What did happen today, KPV? Why was Haaland so out of the game? He didn't even have a shot.
Yeah, he didn't even touch the ball. Like, he couldn't even touch the ball, man. Like, he's only got 1 goal, and that, I believe, was last weekend.
Yeah.
That was,
I think Romero had him in his pocket all game today, didn't he?
yeah,
He had him on the floor with that slide tackle that he done early doors, didn't he?
yeah, but he's only going to miss the Leicester game, but
Exactly.
so we're saving him for the Champions League game. So, yeah, I think that's a good idea. But I want to wish the Gaffer speedy recovery. I want to wish Conte speedy recovery. Hopefully, he enjoyed watching the game, man. I saw on Instagram that Matt Doherty and Dele Alli congratulated Harry Kane. So, big up to those two. And well, thanks to all the Spurs fans who stayed to congratulate Kane. I know Ben and Sim did, everyone. And yeah, great win. I'm going to enjoy it tonight. And the good thing is, my Sky's back up and running. So, yeah, what more could you ask for?
Exactly.
Chelsea drawing, Liverpool losing, Arsenal losing to Everton. Beating Everton isn't for everyone. So,
Love it.
KPV is putting everyone in the mud. KPV is throwing mud everywhere.
He's the best at it. Well in KPV.
Yeah. So, yeah. And, yeah, everyone enjoy the rest of the evening and enjoy the week. I don't know what everyone's plans are. Maybe just play FIFA and get ready for Leicester. why is Brendan still at Leicester? He should have been sacked after the 6-2 defeat, but he's still there. Like, Brendan, we're coming for you, mate. Another win at Leicester. I don't know, it'll be Brian Dagan's tie. The last time he played Bergwijn, but Dan Juma is probably going to score 2 goals in stoppage time.
Oh,
To
that'd be
repeat
amazing.
the
Are
thing.
you betting it now then? You betting Dan Juma to come on and save the day, KPV?
Yeah, from one Dutchman to another. Oh
You've
my
heard it here
God.
first, people. KPV says Dan Juma's scoring 2 in injury time. You know you're going to be in the mud, KPV. Don't be like Stel, yeah? Don't make predictions because you know people will start coming for you, man.
Okay, is that it? Like, well, they're not coming for me though, because they are gonna get a choke slam. So anyway, they won't be getting me that easily.
You're gonna
because they're
put him in a rock bottom, yeah?
Yeah, what's fallen and the people's elbow. So yeah, and I want to call out Sim because he predicted 2-2. Simeon, you know Man City can't score on new ground, so for that I want a game of faith with you. Period.
So Sim's in the mud. Sim's in the mud.
Sim, Ben, and yeah, so big up everyone. I'm off to listen to Who Let the Dogs Out. Who Let the Dogs Out? Brian Daigle did. Daigle did.
Big up.
Big up, KPV. Big up, man.
What a cool
Big up,
KPV.
man.
What
Come on,
a
you
cool,
Spurs.
what a cool KPV. Come on, you Spurs. Oh my word, I can't stop laughing, man.
That
This is
was
just funny. Oh, KPV. Oh my word. Well, who have we got on next? Let's just bring him on.
Let's just bring
Get
him
the
on.
next caller on. I can't take it, Michael. I'm dying
No,
here,
yes.
man. I'm dying here.
How you doing, Michael?
How you doing, man?
Yeah, can you hear me well? I'm testing out the new microphone, so
Yeah, all right. Don't start testing things here when we've had all the problems that we've had. Yeah, come on, Michael. You should know better. We can hear you loud and clear, Michael. Harry Kane,
Yeah.
267 and counting. Incredible, man. Incredible.
what a striker, guys! Like sometimes because like people only sometimes look at like absolute goals like Messi and Ronaldo, and they scored like 800. They think that scoring 300. Because like over like his career, including country goals, etc., he has like over 300 goals, right? That's a fucking mad number. Like people don't put enough credit for what he has done, and in a team that he has done it in. Like
Yeah.
that's absolutely incredible, boys. Because like let's be honest, if Harry Kane was I don't know, United player or a Liverpool player, right? He would be like way over 260 at this point, I assume, right? But still, in our team, he has been an absolute gold. Like there never has been a debate, but now there is no debate. Like there is no argument against him, right? And I don't care that he has no trophies or whatever, right? I couldn't give less of a fuck. Like seriously, he's so good. Like you just have to watch him and you know how good he is, right? And if someone wants to argue it, then let them have it. But we know how good he is, right?
No, he's just crazy, just absolutely crazy. Javier today, Michael.
Wow, and oh my god, I've never been like a technical player or whatever, right? So I usually played on the defensive, and basically what he did today was what I always aspired to be, even though I was a really shit footballer. So like he was so energetic, so determined, so so just like the sheer will to fight was so amazing to watch. Like and absolutely one of the best performances he has ever put for us, in my opinion. Like he was unstoppable there in the middle. And again, like I think that last year when we played Wolves, I think he was dropped when we had that lose streak of Wolves, Chelsea, Wolves, and
Southampton.
Tottenham.
Yeah.
And for one of those games he got dropped, and then in the next game he was absolutely ecstatic, and this thing happened again, right? He got rested for Preston, and he comes back and he like drops an absolute blinder. So yeah, like amazed by his performance, and also Bentancur, like he was also amazing. And you know, I think Bentancur's existence there facilitates that Højbjerg's job. I feel like because Bentancur is so technical and he progresses the ball so well. I feel like this like allows Højbjerg to be the destroyer that he wants to be, and that's just amazing to watch. Yeah, but guys, like Højbjerg, Kane, whatever, we have to talk about the fucking goat Cafu on the right. Like, what was that performance? Listen. I get why sometimes people get pissed off when fans credit like performances too much, or come up with the nicknames. And I've heard people whining about us calling Paratici a don and whatever, right? I take it as a joke, and I said it as a joke here, so nobody like comes for me and says that I called Royal Cafu. I don't mean it like seriously, right? He's not that good, but today's performance, again, one of the best performances in a Tottenham shirt, if not the best one. Nothing to complain about, pretty much. Like, I guess it must be hard to walk home with Grealish in your pocket, right? It's like 80 kilos stuck in your trousers. Come on.
It was. I agree with you, Michael. I think it was definitely probably one of the best performances I've seen from Emerson. But I think if you looked at it today, right, they didn't go down in terms of the attacking play through Emerson a lot of the time. You saw it was always going down through Kulu, but he was always. It was weird because we saw it like a lot of the times he kept popping up in the middle, and you just see him like a number of times he would burst through, and it's like he's one of the most forward attackers, and he's like in the middle of the pitch, and we're like, what's going on? Well, Emerson's like completely different, but. In terms of his defensive work today, he was very good today. He was definitely very good. I think if it wasn't for Højbjerg's performance, people would be saying he would have the man of the match. And I think a lot.
Michael, I'm still waiting for Danny to say I love Emerson Royale. He's got to say it before we end this stream, man.
Yeah, see.
Danny, don't give up.
No. Emerson Royale is still not good enough for this club. If we want to be a club who wants to be successful, he's not good enough.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Danny. But come on, man. Today, I love Emerson Royale. I just want you to say those 4 words,
because I'm not deluded, Barry.
Oh, shut up.
No, I'm not deluded. I know you are, but I'm not.
Unbelievable, man.
I mean, if he raises his performances to that level, then why not? Like, if
he plays like that for a season, and that's his level week in, week out, then I'll start changing my opinion of Emerson. But until then, he's had 3 good games so far in a row.
Sammy, cut Danny's camera, man. I don't want to see him anymore on this stream. He's joking, man, this guy.
The thing is, watch Barry be in the mud when Emerson just performs the way he usually performs. But I hope he does keep this level, because we need it. If we want a top 4 charge this season, he needs to be playing like that, because he's going to have Pedro Porro down his back, and if Pedro Porro gets on that pitch and shows what he can do, I'm sure that it's going to be harder for him to get into that team. So
if we get top 4, you're going to cut your bun off.
No, I told you that's never happening.
No,
come on, man.
No.
No, but that's like many people always say that a good squad is 2 people fighting for each position, right?
Yeah.
And if he like keeps performing like that, I think it's healthy for the squad, because first of all, like it's not like Porro comes in and gets nails the starting spot and has no competition. I think it's healthy if he has competition on that spot, right? And I think like for a good squad, you should have this situation for every single position throughout the pitch, right? We don't have it in defense right now, so like that's why our defense is so shaky. Today they were really good, but like just over 2 weeks ago against the same team, they dropped an absolute stinker. So maybe if they had someone breathing down their neck, Dyer, Davis, or whoever else, right? I think that maybe in that case they would like raise their level. Right now they have no competition. By the way, also in terms of Royal, I don't know if you guys seen he posted like a post to his Instagram with basically one of his interventions against Grealish, when he was pretty much kicking him in the balls, and he said 1 ball. Something like this, an absolute goal.
Go on the pitch, go on Instagram. Come on, Danny. I love Emerson Royale. We need a song. We need a song for Emerson now. We don't have a song for him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
this
make
is
up a
one
song.
thing, and the second thing is, I think Romero posted 2 of his tackles that got him the yellow cards on his Instagram too. So the guy is fucking shameless. Like, the second yellow I have no issues with, but the first one, let's be honest, it was a bit unnecessary. It was a bit
No,
hot-headed.
I loved it. Do you know what I think, Michael? With that tackle, I think it actually set the tone of that we weren't gonna put up with any of their nonsense. I mean, apart from, I mean, I don't know what everyone else was talking about. Obviously, apart from, obviously we know after the game they were talking about how bad Man City were and all the usual nonsense. But at what point are people going to come out and say? At what point people are going to come out and say that Man City were an absolute disgrace? Every time they were crowding the ref, they were asking for penalties. It just honestly, just an absolute disgrace from people that are, there's no dignity, there's no class.
Like honestly, I don't know what the fuck is going on with the City. Like, there is something inherently wrong with how they try to play the game. I think I seen a stat they had like 27 crosses this game and only 8 of them found the target, or 8 or 9, something like this, right? It's not how City plays. It's just so baffling for me because like Pep fielded out pretty much like 6 attackers this game, right? But Mahrez is a guy who really likes to tuck in, and also Grealish is a guy not tuck in. They like to cut inside, right? So basically, they weren't stretching our defense at all. They were all trying to get into the box, right? And there is Haaland in the box already, and Alvarez is trying to make like second time runs or whatever they are called, right? So they pretty much tried to walk the ball into our box. We just had to like be compact, crowd out the box, and there was nothing for them to do, right? I know that Royal was brilliant against Grealish because he like didn't allow him to dribble past himself, right? But yeah, like I don't know what's going on with the City. And as you said, Barry, it will probably be like it always is, right? Oh, City was so shit. City couldn't handle, City couldn't like create the chances. We probably won't get credited for our brilliant performance, but I think today, I don't care how we won. I don't care. Like, there will be people saying you are the home team, you are supposed to play on the front foot, whatever. I couldn't care less. We got the 3 points against reigning champions, second place in the league right now.
Yeah, 100%, Michael. Yeah. And I think the other thing that, well, look, I think Pep made 2 errors. I mean, taking off Mahrez, I don't know. I didn't really understand that. He scored 7 goals and 4 assists against us. Obviously, De Bruyne came on and he did change it up again. But yeah, I mean, with Mahrez on the pitch, it kind of almost did us a favour. So look, fine, tinker as much as you want, Pep. But yeah, look, it's like you said, we got 3 points. Doesn't matter about anything else with Arsenal or whatever that means in the long run. There's still plenty of time in everything else. But yeah, on the just from me to you, Michael, what any final thoughts on the game, where we're going? Conte coming back. Where do you want to go, buddy?
Yeah, quickly with the Mahrez thing. I don't know if you guys also got it from your commentary, but our commentary said that there was like Pep was screaming at Mahrez at halftime in the corridor, or however you call it, right? That there was some, like, not maybe a bastard, but basically he was like screaming at him, and you could see that Pep clearly wasn't satisfied with the performance. And I don't know why it was Mahrez exactly, but yeah, as you said, every time Mahrez got the ball, even though he wasn't good this game, I am just fearful of this guy. He's the stuff of my nightmares. Like, seriously, this guy is so good against us every single time he plays. So I was so thankful when he went off and not went off, got subbed off. But yeah, in terms of like content and our season, I think that we have a run of tough games, but all the teams that we play against are kind of in a bad form, right? I think Leicester away is not an easy game, even though they aren't like good this season. West Ham, I know we most of the time win against them at our ground, but still it's not an easy game. Chelsea at home is not an easy game, and Milan away, even though Milan are absolutely shocking, it's also not an easy game. But what I want to point out is that even though like those teams are in a bad form, those are still like recognizable big teams, let's say, right? Big, like relatively big in some cases. So if we manage to beat them and get some sort of a, like a streak of wins, I think this might be massive for us, because like we still are deep into FA Cup. I'm really putting all my hopes on this of the season in the FA Cup. Like, I don't see a reason why we shouldn't reach semi or a final, and unless we meet United in the quarters or whatever, right? But if we lose against them, shame. But okay, I would be really sad. But shit happens. But I think we should be reaching semi or a final. In terms of Champions League, like all it takes is a good draw in the next round, and suddenly you find yourself in the semi-final again, right? Like we can maybe, if we go through Milan and get, I don't know, Bruges or Benfica or one of those clubs, maybe we can do something in the Champions League again. Again, I'm not saying we are going to win it, right? I just want to be excited for the rest of the season, and I think if we manage to string like a streak of wins in the next 3 to 4 games, I think the momentum can leap us forward. Because after those 3 to 4 games, I think we have like all bottom 10 teams for
so we got after as we enter March, we've got Wrexham or Sheffield United in the FA Cup, Wolves away. I mean
it won't be easy.
That's probably going to be our hardest game. Wolves away, Milan at home, Forest at home, Southampton away, or obviously an FA Cup quarter-finals. So look, it's who would have thought we'd be sitting there and going, well, Wolves away is going to be difficult after how they've turned up and what they did yesterday against Liverpool.
To be fair, Liverpool are shite.
I'm not going to comment on that because someone's watching. So,
but also Wolves have had a good record against us over the last 5 years. So it's always a tough game against Wolves.
But Michael, go and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We're all happy. We're all smiling. Leicester next Saturday, and come on, you Spurs.
Yeah, you too, lads. Enjoy it. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Big win, massive win.
Massive win.
Big up, Michael.
Big up, Michael. Right, let's keep going. And we have Leo from Mile High Hotspur. Big up, Leo.
Big up, Leo.
Big up, you guys. What's going on? Wonderful panel. Barry, might I add, too, this is the third time that I'm... Yeah, this is the third time I'm on here, bro. And the third time, I mean, it's three in a row. We're doing good. Let's keep the streak going.
You got to keep it up.
And Emerson Royale's played well in those 3 games as well. What can you say?
Yeah, and you're right, bro. And Emerson Royale has played good. I know how much Danny wants to hear this, but Emerson Royale has been looking good. It's almost kind of strange saying this too, bro, but he's looking really good.
Yeah, Danny, he's looking really good, mate.
Yeah, he played 3 games. He's done all right. He's not lit the world up.
Come on, Danny, give him some praise, man.
No, I have. Today he's done good.
Oh, he's done all right.
He hasn't done amazing.
Yes, he has done amazing. I'm not having any of this nonsense from you.
No.
Kick him off.
Let's bring it back down to reality.
He's done good.
Right? He's had 3 good games. That's it. Right? Don't start praising his hope like this guy's the next best thing we've ever seen.
I told you we're getting top 4 last season.
He's done good.
I told you Emerson Royale's coming. I told you we're getting top 4 this season. I told you FA Cup. I told you Champions League. Get on this train, Danny.
Jesus Christ. We're losing the plot.
No. Tell us about the game, man. Tell us about the game.
Yeah, it was really good, man. I really enjoyed watching it. It was definitely a good game from start to finish. Perfect game like we needed to play. All of our players picked up the slack. I was really stoked about the way Harry Kane got the goal to get the record to break Jimmy Greaves' record. So what else? Pep Guardiola again is walking away empty-handed, which is always good. I know it's contrasting point there, being as the filth, probably wanted Man City to lose this game, and some people are going to look at it as we did them a favor. But I mean, the aim at the end of the season is to win as many games as you can. So as long as we stay focused on our points and we stay focused on what we need to be doing, that's all that matters. And the rest of it's going to take care of itself for sure.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, I mean, Harry Kane. Talk to us about Harry Kane, man. 267 and counting. He's obviously quickest to over 200 Premier League goals. He's 60 behind Alan Shearer now. 61 breaks the Premier League goal scoring record. Is he going to do it? Is he going to stay? What? Just tell us. Just talk to us about Harry Kane, man.
My gut feeling is the same as my heart feeling. I know that I want to believe, and I truly believe that Harry Kane is going to finish his career with us. It's been a pleasure to see Harry Kane's goals throughout the whole time of me being a Spurs fan. I'm very proud, and it's honestly pretty dope to be able to say I've witnessed a ton of those goals that he scored. And yeah, he's for sure going to catch Alan Shearer. He's going to catch Alan Shearer, and he's going to do it while he's wearing a Spurs shirt. Like I said, I think he's going to finish his career with us. If he was ever going to move, I think it would have been last year, when City wanted him, and it just didn't happen. So, I think it's safe to say that he's going to finish his career with us. The way we're going, we might even, fingers crossed, we could probably get a trophy at the end of the season in the FA Cup. And, whether that's enough or not, I mean, it is a trophy, and it'll definitely get that monkey off of his back. And at the end of the day, when that happens, if and when that happens, it's going to be a different conversation to have, He's definitely a player that right now could step into any other team's starting 11 and bang in goals for fun. I'm just glad that he's still doing it for us, and we have a good squad right now to be able to facilitate that, make it a lot easier for him. It's a shame that, not all of our players are able to score as many goals as him, but let's be fair, there's only one Harry Kane, and he plays for Tottenham, so big up to him.
I've just been sent a picture from Laura, from my wife. She's going to get me a cardboard cutout of Emerson Royale for Valentine's Day, and she's just found on Amazon, I just freaking love Emerson Royale notebook. So look, it's happening, Danny. You need to get on board with this, man.
I'll never get on board with it, and I told you how I'd get on board with it. Do you not think, Leo?
Well, I do look forward to seeing your haircut like Emerson Royale, Barry.
I actually would love to see. I'd pay to see that. I would pay to see that.
I made the bet.
Well, he's already said it, bro.
I'm looking forward to seeing Barry lose that bet and seeing him.
Mate, I'd rather lose a bet than wearing an Arsenal shirt, mate. Come on, imagine.
Leo, I want to ask you, right? Do you not think that is still a worry, though? That, like you just said, Harry Kane can still play in any team in the world, and he's going to improve it no matter what. Do you not think that there's still that chance if Conte doesn't sign that contract that he's going to go? Because at the end of the day, if we don't sell him in the summer and he doesn't want to talk about a new contract, then he's free to leave at the end of next summer.
Next summer, yeah. No, Danny, you're right, bro. You are absolutely spot on with what you're saying. It's just that's where collectively as a team we all need to rally around Harry Kane and win a trophy. I think if we do that, then that levels the playing field, right? Danny, just as much as I know, and I mean, he doesn't want to go to Bayern Munich to go win a trophy, bro. You know what I mean? He wants to beat Alan Shearer's record. I can almost bet he wants to do it in a Tottenham shirt. It probably wouldn't mean as much to him doing it in a Manchester United shirt, in a Chelsea shirt, because I've read some of what you talk about Harry Kane, and a lot of it is spot on, bro. How he was. He doesn't want to go to Chelsea, but if that's the, if Levy pushes the card and that's what's on the table, then he'll do it. He wants to stay in London, like you said before. He wants to stay in London for his family. So that's the only threat that I can see happening. And by the looks of it, they're willing to splash the cash, however, to get whoever through the door. But that's. It's the word that all Spurs fans hate having to hear, bro. Is patience. We gotta wait to see what's gonna happen. Yeah. And
it's one of those things, isn't it, where it's like the ball is in a way it's in the board and Levy's hands, right? If they want him to stay, the one thing Kane has always said and he's always stuck to is that as long as they're matching my ambitions, I'm going to stay at this club. right? That's literally what he said. Said it in the Neville interview. He said it all this time. If there's a sign again in the summer where the club don't show that they want to match his ambitions and the manager's ambitions, then he's going to cut ties because he wants to win. He wants to win team trophies. That's what he wants. He's won nearly every personal accolade you can possibly win in the game.
And unfortunately, that's just it. The ball is in their court, and that's the last place you want to have that to happen. Is leave it up to Levy and Enoch to then because as just as sane as they are, those are the last people I want, running a football club and making that type of decision. So, let's just see what happens. As long as we can continue to grind out victories like we did today and play as a solid team, then in my eyes, that is progression. That is having ambition. Bringing in a Pedro Porro, bringing in a Danjuma, even though he's not, he's not the next best thing since sliced bread. He's going to offer something to our club.
I think he's going to offer more than what Hill was offering as well, right?
Yeah, of course. And he's going to offer more than what Lucas Moura has been offering.
Yeah.
So, look, guys, the only way up from here is up. And that's okay. We just have to. We kind of have to just hang on and weather the storm. But in the meantime, it's good to be able to get results like the one we did today against a very good team. You guys, Man City is, they're probably still favorites to win the league. The filth might. Everybody's hoping they bottle it. And who's going to be there breathing down their neck? It's going to be one of the Manchester clubs. And so. As long as we could just, like I said, grind out results, focus, and keep our vision focused on the next game, one at a time, one goal at a time, then we're in for a good fight. And let's be real, man, that makes it more entertaining than just losing hope on the Premier League and losing hope on Champions League and just putting all of our eggs in one basket, being the FA Cup. It's good to know that push comes to shove, we're going to be able to beat a City. Hopefully a Man U, hopefully a Newcastle, and let's be real, guys. We have a favorable run of games coming up, so anything is possible for sure. We have a favorable lineup of games coming up.
But yeah,
we just need to have Sonny. We need to have Sonny banging in those in them goals too.
Yeah, I think it's only a matter of time. We're seeing more and more Sonny coming back into devastating form. He was, the runs he did today. He's getting more confidence back, and yeah, look, it's exciting. It's exciting. But Leo, where can people find you if they want to hear more from you, bud?
Yeah, so don't worry. My camera doesn't always freeze, you guys. I don't know, for some reason it's just on this channel. But if you ever want to catch me in the live and in person, Mile High Hotspur, along with my co-host Parker, who's probably in the comments right now watching. Shout out to you, mate. You guys could catch us every Thursday night here at 5:30, which I believe is midnight over there for you guys. Yeah. While I'm here, man, I'd love to have you guys on one of these days, whenever you guys can. If you guys stay up that late, more than welcome to hop on.
Big up. We will do, Leo. Big up, and thanks for the call, man. And we'll speak to you soon, buddy.
All right, you guys. Have a good one. Appreciate your time.
Cheers, man. Thank you, man. Come on, you Spurs. Super chat here from Brandon Troller. Oh my God, this is insane. This super chat. So trypophobia is the fear of tightly packed holes. Emerson gave Grealish trypophobia today. The heart of a shrimp is located in its head. Grealish's heart is located in Emerson's back pocket. Big up, Brandon. Oh my God, man, you are so funny. But here we have someone all the way. Another fan all the way from America. He's Rodrigo Bentancourt's favourite fan, and it's Jacob.
That was a good one. You actually did it quite well.
No, I'm getting there.
Barry, you and Rez have been getting so much better at it. I just want to say that soon it's not going to be mine anymore. I'm going to have to just pass it over to you two.
Okay, man. Okay.
You're knocking it out of the park.
How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm great. Harry Kane, he's one of our own. Can we just say that one more time for the one times? Just because to me, that was a huge moment. Watching some of the coverage of it after the match as well was special. I made my wife watch it. I sat her down in the chair in the kitchen. I said, "You better watch this right now because Harry Kane just broke a record. This is history being made." So she thought it was sweet that he shouted out his wife and kids. So she likes Harry Kane. I love Harry Kane. Michael and I, the other half of United Spurs of America, we were texting. We both just gushing over Harry Kane. It's just, I think, he wasn't the best man on the pitch today, but you could tell he wanted it the most. I think it was a little bit selfish that one time to Sonny. There was that one time I think he could have played Sonny in, and he went for the shot.
The one where he went for a shot and
calm down, Barry.
Sorry, I was getting all excited. The one he went for the shot when he should have probably played Sonny in, right? But yeah, man, it was just incredible. His first goal as an 18-year-old was against Shamrock Rovers. We were heading out of Europe, so it didn't matter. But to be there, all of those years ago, to be where he is now, it's just an incredible achievement, right?
Absolutely, and that's something they were touching on after the game was, for someone who got loaned to Millwall, to Norwich, to Leicester, for him to do all those loans and then still come back and perform at that level for Tottenham Hotspur, it's absolutely admirable. A kid I saw holding a sign said, "Harry, you're my hero," and it's just such a beautiful thing. I think he's a role model in a lot of different facets of life, not just on the football pitch. I think I commented or I tweeted something to somewhere. Shout out at whoever the fuck at Twitter. I said something along the lines of, if you want to be because Pep said if you want to be a better striker, you watch Harry Kane. I said, if you want to be a better striker, you watch Harry Kane. If you want to be a better husband, you watch Harry Kane. You want to be a better father, you watch Harry Kane. You want to learn how to be a good citizen, you watch Harry Kane. I mean, he epitomizes it, and I just don't understand why he gets so much of the hate. I understand, some people don't like him because of the club he plays for, et cetera, et cetera. But to me, I'm not having any of that. He's Harry Kane. He's one of our own. King Kane from the lane. You can't take nothing away from him. Wayne Rooney, you're up next, and then after you is the other man up top. So it's going to happen one of these days. I pray it's in a Tottenham kit. I will cry, but I'll still be happy for the man if he does it in another kit, if he plays in the Premier League. Just please don't be, damn Chelsea or something like that. But
not bad for a one-season wonder, right?
No, not bad. And that's the thing is, you listen to a lot of other shows and stuff. They want to harp on the fact that he hasn't won a major trophy. And I would rebuttal that with he's won several golden boots, not just in the Premier League, but also at the World Cup. He's also won a Playmaker of the Year. That shows that he's a team player, shows he can score from damn near anywhere on the pitch. He can play goalkeeper. We've seen it. I mean, what can this man not do? To me, the only thing you can hate is the fact that his team hasn't been successful, but at the same time, that's not Harry Kane's fault. That's a Tottenham Hotspur problem. That's not necessarily a solely Kane problem, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, who else stood out for you today, Jacob? In today's, I mean, there was plenty of good performances, plenty of great performances. I mean, we kind of touched on Perisic. Maybe was a little bit disappointing. Even Sessegnon came on and took his man on, which was a bit surprising, wasn't it? But yeah, who else stood out for you today?
If we're talking negatively, definitely Perisic stood out negatively. I always figured if it's going to be a mid to above average winger, he's going to get turned around. He's going to get put on skates. He's going to get taken to the quinceañera, as I would say here in El Paso, Texas. He's getting taken to the ballroom. He's swing dancing. He's whatever dance you want to come up with. He's doing it all. And to me, it's not a fun sight. But at the same time, like, he's not our worst wingback. So I'm being careful here, Barry. I know you love the dog Emerson. And honestly, he was impressive today. I was just a little bit like, I would have rather seen Pedro Porro get the start and him struggle with the tactics and just struggle to learn it, and rather than see Emerson. But Emerson, I think he did today. He kind of shut me up. And I think I wasn't the only one who felt that Pedro Porro should get the start. But you know what? This is just another example of maybe Conte knows better than just little old me. Maybe Stellini knows better because he's the players. I mean, he is directly hands-on with the players every training. So to me, it just makes sense that they would do it. I predicted Emerson would start, much to my chagrin. But you know what? I love being proven wrong. I'll put it that way. I love it when Tottenham.
Yeah, I think Porro starts against Leicester 100%. We need, like, we've got a lot of games coming thick and fast, and look, I think, like me and Danny were saying when they were talking about substitutions, it wasn't the right time for substitutions. It wasn't the right time to necessarily throw him on in a home debut. And, you know, because God Christ, could you imagine that Porro came on and then he made a mistake and then everyone would have been up in arms and Man City go on and win the game and everything else. And it would have just been, you know, because you know that was what's going to happen. He's going to kind of get a free hit against Leicester. We've got, you know, we've got Milan coming up. We got some big games coming up. But what's impressive is that he's clearly raised his game for whatever reason, we now we turn to it. We've got, you know, the right side is sorted. Now we just need to sort that left side, right? Because we know Doji's coming back in the summer, along with probably Reguilon and a few others that we don't want. But look, I think that the future's bright. With what we've got, and I think we just need to take stock of where we are. I know we need centre backs. I know we need potentially a new goalkeeper. I know we need all of those things. But look, nothing's going to change now until the summer. So let's get behind the boys and let's just support them, man. I think that's the most important thing, and I think that we kind of forget. I know we go on this roller coaster as Spurs fans. 1 minute we're up. Today we're talking about winning everything. Next week we'll probably go and lose to Leicester, and it's the end of the world and what have you. But I think, look, we got what, 16 games left. You know, we need to, you know, we need to try and take maximum points from it, and and then see where we end up. So
I agree with you. I think there's something to be said about the fact that I was watching very closely Hugo Lloris, because I used to play keeper all my life, so I'm part of the goalkeepers union, and I've been harsh on my man's because he's been struggling. He chested that ball into the net in the North London Derby. Unforgivable. But I've been watching him a little bit more scrutinized, and you know, I think today he showed everything that I've grown to dislike about him, which is his ball distribution. Too many times it's just hitting it long, hoping it goes somewhere, not out of bounds. And unfortunately, I think twice it did go out of bounds. And then the rest, it was just to City's back line. His distribution has never been good. But I thought today him coming slightly out of position a little bit, coming off the line and really putting his body on the line versus, who was it? Rodrigo? Or was it Mahrez?
Rodrigo.
Someone got their ass hit, and I love that because that's how I play keeper. I play big body. I played all the sports. So what is my best attribute? My big frame. And when I'm a goalkeeper, I'm big in the box. That was my mentality. And if you're coming in the box and the ball's flying in the air, someone's getting laid out. That's just going to happen. And to me, I was really nice to see from my man Hugo. He's a skipper. He's been down and out. I think the World Cup really rattled him. I'm hoping that now that, you know, things kind of slowed down a little bit, he can get his feet back under him and get his mind right, because he just looks shaky. I don't like seeing him look like Bambi on ice when we're playing at home. You know, I think it was versus Villa. He looked scared, and it's like, this is Villa at your home, and you play scared. You can't do that. So I'm just real thankful for that. I'm thankful for Harry Kane breaking the record in front of my humble eyes on the television set, in front of thousands of fans at the stadium, millions worldwide. Beautiful moment. I think that's something we could be happy about. It was a tough 1-0 win, but at the end of the day, it's 3 points. Don't matter if it was 5-0, 1-0. That's 3 points. I do also like the schedule, Barry. You were talking a little bit about the schedule, and I do actually think that our schedule favors us for a nice little run. Maybe a couple games to slip up on. Maybe we, share the pleasures with Chelsea. But outside of Chelsea, we play Liverpool, Newcastle, and I think United another time in the Premier League. That's not – outside of that, it's like Southampton, Bournemouth, Leeds, Ivan Toney's team, Brentford. So – to me, this is a favorable schedule. We got a lot of hard matches out the way. We got a couple more hard matches. I'm not too heavily invested in Champions League, but right now with Milan and the form that they're in, maybe this is a good time to take advantage of that. But for me, I think my mind is FA Cup and Premier League. FA Cup number one, because if we finish eighth and we get that FA Cup, I'm a happy man. I'm probably flying to London just so I can stand amongst the thousands and catch a picture of that trophy. You know what I'm saying? It's that big of a deal. It is that special. To see something like that come back to Tottenham, I think would be huge. Not only for the clubs.
For the first time in like over 30 years, to imagine being able to see Tottenham parade that FA Cup down Tottenham High Road, it will just be something special. You'll see fans from all around the world come to see that.
That's what I'm saying.
It could be so huge because we've been so starved of success, and for the oldest cup competition, oldest trophy in the world, to be able to lift that one up again when we were one of the best teams with that in terms of record, in terms of winning the FA Cup before the Premier League started. So to get another one would be just, I think, it would just be unbelievable. It would be so special.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I definitely prioritize that anyway. That's just me personally.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, big up Jacob. Thanks for coming on, man. You can find Jacob and his partner Michael at United Spurs of America. Big up, man, and go and enjoy the rest of your day.
Big up.
Yeah, thanks for
See you
having me
later,
on.
Jacob.
Come on, you
Cheers,
Spurs.
Jacob, man. Come on, you Spurs. Well. Look who we have coming on next. Here we go. Someone's getting roasted. I wonder who that is.
General deluded.
What?
General deluded.
General flip flop. It's the battle of the flip flops or the thongs. He's back. It's the guy with the morning walks, the guy with the laughter. Sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't. But it's Sean from
Marmite.
It's like Marmite. It's like you, Danny. Marmite. It's Sean from Spurs Talk Show.
And he's
on mute. What a flip flop. Eh? He's coming on to make his point, and he's on mute. There he goes.
I was gonna come in with the light because I broke my light. Right, my it's gone out completely now. But I broke my light in the frustration of today. I was gonna come on looking like the Grim Reaper with the light coming up, shadowing up, putting the powders on my face and calling myself the Trim Creeper, which is exactly what Emerson Royale was today with his trim. He was creeping up down the right hand.
Barry's loving this.
And yeah, he was fantastic. And I want to be asking you, Mr. Kiriakou. I want to be asking you, bro, because I haven't seen your commentary. This is now I've got the trim, everything's going on. Mate, let me ask you, bro, because there's a lot of people on a lot of channels right now, a lot of people that I would have thought would have been happy that Tottenham won. A lot of people I thought would have been going, we did it. We did it. Let's celebrate this in isolation. Let's talk about the positives. But they're not. They're not. A lot of
Who's
people,
not? Who?
I'm not going to call out people. I'm not that sort of person. But there's
Go on,
people
sure. You know
out there
you want
right
to.
now that are, I'm not going to do that. But there's people that are streaming that are like this is we're papering over cracks. We're papering over cracks. There's nothing to be positive about until we win a trophy or until we finish in the win the Premier League. There's nothing to celebrate. And I'm like, for the love of God, this was one of the best performances I've seen in Tottenham for like over a year almost. I thought today's performance was spectacular.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I want to hear you, Danny. And I know. Listen, I know Nick's someone that celebrates even like finding a £1 coin on a pavement. Nick's jump around like he's got something he's won the lottery. I know what Nick's like, but Danny, I want to hear from you. Like, is this something to celebrate? Were we excellent today? And if we were, why can't we be it in other games? Is it really because this team are no good? Is it possibly because, like, I don't know, Stellini ball was a little bit better than Conte ball? Is there a reason to think that we can turn up with the squad that we've got? If we can do it today, why can't we do it for the rest of the season and get fourth, get third, get second, go on and win the FA Cup, go deep in the Champions League? Surely today has proven the point. Just like West Ham almost did it against Manchester United, just like Fulham did it against Chelsea and have been doing it, just like lots of teams are doing it consistently. That when you play the right way, when you have an engendered belief in the team that we can do it, and Tottenham ain't that bad, and we can take this as the catalyst to go on and achieve good things. And yet all I hear around the usual panel, the usual people is, this is nothing to celebrate, this is just a fluke. I think it's madness, Danny. I think it's madness, mate. I want to hear your thoughts.
Come on, Danny.
Yeah,
Sean's asked one of his famous questions that went on for about 8 minutes. Yeah. And you've forgotten what he actually asked
Sean,
you.
do you mind repeating that, mate? What was that, Sean? No. Look, I was saying it earlier on. I think for what we've done today, I was saying after the game, it's probably been my most enjoyable Spurs game from start to finish for a long time. I can't remember the last time we had a full 90 minutes of Tottenham actually trying to have let's just say they had the desire the whole game. It seemed to me that Tottenham wanted it more than Man City when I was watching that match. I think in the first half we pressed really high up the pitch. You could see everyone was pressing. Son, Kane, Højbjerg, Kulu was pressing. Obviously, they were going to have more of the ball, which they always do. The Man City are a possession-based team, but we got in their faces and we made it difficult for them to play their game. So you could see that we kept cut the passing lanes. Højbjerg obviously he was brilliant today. He was all over the pitch. Højbjerg, the way he was pressing obviously helped towards getting the goal, and then obviously getting the assist for Harry Kane when he's falling to the ground, and he still played it perfect to Kane, and Kane obviously got it into the back of the net. And then I think as a defensive unit today, everyone was compact. Like Emerson had a good game. He had a really good game today. Defensively, he was really, really good. I didn't see any I think he only made one mistake, where that one near the end, the last 10 minutes, where he just hacked Grealish just outside the box. And they didn't really make anything of that. That was the only bad mistake I'd say from Emerson, but it wasn't even a bad mistake. I think all of the players played their part today. Romero, when he just absolutely just took Haaland out, was beautiful to see. I think me and Barry were saying we could see he was going to get a red card, and to be honest, at least it wasn't a straight red, because he only misses the Leicester game, and I think someone should be competent enough to come in against Leicester and do a job, and it gives him a rest for the Champions League game, which is good. And I think look, it is, and we know that Man City has struggled to score goals against us when we're at home. Since we've been in the new stadium, they haven't scored a single goal yet.
The same argument as was made against Arsenal. Right, like I was pushing.
But Arsenal's a different game, Sean. Arsenal's a North London derby. It's very different. But when we do have a slight mental block on City. I mean, we are the team that's beaten City more than any other team in English football since the day football began. But
so are you dismissing this result as it's a bit of a fluke? Or
I think there's an element of everything to it, Sean.
Habitual thing.
I think there's an element of everything to it. You have to look at the fact that Conte had the operation. There's a lot more emotional. The players probably want to be emotionally more charged for the game, and they want to do it for Conte. And I think
want to do it for Stellini.
Maybe so as well. I think there's a whole.
Maybe there's a little bit of logic to the idea that the only 2 games this season where we played for more than 45 minutes is the 2 games that Conte wasn't in charge of. Maybe against Marseille.
I wouldn't say that, Sean. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that because
I'm not suggesting it's true. I'm not a Conte out.
Because you have but you have to look at
first game you played 90 minutes, right?
Yeah, but you have to look at the whole thing, right? Conte obviously went into hospital, so that all the players are going to obviously they were going to be upset by it, right? You saw Harry Kane in the change. You saw. Yeah, but how can you speculate, Sean? Come on, your manager's just gone into hospital for an operation. Of course, the players. That's like saying your family's gone into, or your boss has gone into hospital for an operation. Of course, you're going to be upset.
Why can't they play 90 minutes for him against Fulham?
No, don't make the excuse. Don't make the excuse to say just because Conte wasn't there, now we've started to play football. No. First of all, Sean, hold on. First of all, right, they have a plan, right? They work. Stellini said it himself, right? He had a plan. They had a plan with Conte of what they were going to do in certain situations, right? So there'll be certain points during the game if certain things were happening. They've got a plan of already what they're going to do. So I guarantee you, they're not.
So Stellini had nothing to do with tonight.
It's the whole squad. Did you not see what Harry Kane did at the end of the game when he was on the phone to Conte? How happy he was after he broke the record today. They know exactly what they knew exactly what they're doing.
I'm saying it in jest, Danny, to trigger you.
Yeah, but it's like saying, "Oh, Conte's got nothing to do with this." Conte's the bloody manager.
He's got you. Hook, line, and sinker. You massive flip flop, Danny.
I think Sean's just deluded as usual. He's the biggest delusional person.
I'm saying there are lessons that we can learn from tonight. I'm saying that people that are upset, people that are like, listen, For me, I'm a little bit concerned about the fan base. I am a little bit concerned about the fan. I'm joking about Conte. I'm joking about Stellini, of course. But I am absolutely concerned by the reaction of people in the fan base that have certain narratives going into it, that coming out of a game where we played our best football all season, where Emerson Royale has played his best 90 minutes, where Pierre-Emile Højbjerg has played his best 90 minutes, where Bentancur has come off the back of 3 absolute shit shows and put in his best 90 minutes, where Perisic didn't get overran by Mahrez to the point where Mahrez had to get taken off for De Bruyne, when the same guy scored essentially a hat-trick of assists 2 weeks ago against the same guy. Like, I got my in the pre-match pump-up on this particular channel, I'll be honest, I hold my hands up. I was wrong. I was massively wrong.
But what did you say?
I wasn't happy with the system. I wasn't happy with the formation. I said that there was options. We got a full strength squad. The bench looked strong. We could have gone a different way. I thought that Perisic was going to get overran. I thought that Sonny, whilst I'm looking forward to seeing Sonny play in a more open formation when Porro starts, if it's just going to be Emerson Royale on the right, I didn't think Sonny was there. So I hold my hands up. I was completely wrong. Completely wrong. And I'm happy to be wrong. I'm not a coach or a manager. I was absolutely 180 on what I thought was going to happen is what actually happened. However, I'm so happy that I was so wrong, because we smashed them for 90 minutes. We smashed them, and yet I am seeing countless people out there, and they all have the same common denominator, and that is a resentment towards other things happening. And they should be celebrating. People should be absolutely over the moon that we are 1 point behind Newcastle, 4 points behind United, 6 points off of second place in the league. We're still in the FA Cup. We're still in the Champions League, and everything seems to be working. Everything worked tonight, and we should be talking about the positives and asking questions like, why can't this happen more often? But instead, I'm seeing people that have come in with certain narratives and agendas going, it's nothing. It's a non-entity. Forget about it. We always do okay against City. The same problems exist. There's nothing to be excited about. Come back and talk to me when we win a trophy. And I think that's a problem. I think the fan base that have that kind of, they refuse to be happy in isolation. You can have your problems with certain things about the club, but tonight, everybody should be absolutely over the moon. Everybody should be celebrating, and there's far too many people that aren't happy, and I don't get it. I don't get it. And I don't believe it's because they think that they're giving Arsenal the title. There's so many people on Twitter that are not happy about this, and I find it bonkers. We should be celebrating that for somehow, some way, whatever it is, whether or not Emerson Royale has got into his head, his place is under threat, and this is suddenly a new version of Emerson Royale we're going to see. I don't know. I don't expect him to play in the next game, or maybe he'll come off at halftime, whatever. But we should be celebrating Emerson Royale reacting to competition in a positive way. We should be celebrating all the things that were positive tonight. But instead, some people are saying, nah, there's nothing to see here. This is just it's a flash in the pan, and I find that problematic.
I agree with you to an extent, because for me, like I said, Sean, to you, that's the best 90 minutes overall I've seen from Tottenham in a while. Definitely this season. I can't remember the last time we had a whole 90 minutes where we saw desire. Even the last time, I mean, even when we won 3-2 at City, I think that game was slightly different, because when we won the Etihad last season, because I think in that season we just transitioned and countered unbelievably, and I think that's why we won that game. But in this game I saw a lot more for the possession that we had. We definitely had a lot more desire about it today, and you could see it. Like you saw in the 80th minute, Højbjerg was saying, "Get up the pitch, press higher, get in their faces." And you could see that they really wanted it today. And I think why maybe Spurs fans might be. I mean, I haven't seen anything because I haven't been on Twitter, but if you're saying that people are saying on YouTube or people are saying on Twitter that they're not happy and it's just a one-off thing, I can see why they say it, because we've been here before. Last season we beat Man City 3-2, and then the next game go and lose 1-0 to Burnley. So it's you can see why people have these thoughts, because we're inconsistent, right?
Danny,
it's an isolation. Yeah, of course. But look, Sean, this has happened for years, right? It's not just one season. This happens with Tottenham. This happens all the time. So I can see why. But you have to look at it in the moment we're in right now, and just after the game we've had. I'm not saying we're going to go on a massive run and go and beat the next 10 teams we play, right? There's always going to be games.
Why not? Why not?
Well,
Why not?
of course we can, but Sean, it's up to the players, right? It's up to them to stay concentrated for 90 minutes. And can some of these players do that? That's the thing.
Look, we saw last season when we had one game a week and we had a week to prepare that we were a completely different team. We've now got nearly a week before Leicester. Then obviously we've got Romero rested before AC Milan. Then we've got 5 days to then the West Ham game, and then a week till the Chelsea game, and then another 4 days to an FA Cup, which realistically, Wrexham or Sheffield United, we could rest. If with everyone staying fit.
No more resting.
No. But what I'm saying is, we could afford to not.
Competition seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I 100% agree with you. But what I'm saying is that we had players that weren't on the bench that could have been on the bench. But we then have another 4 days to AC Milan, then Forest at home, which I know Forest have been playing well, but it's Forest at home. I know we lost them away, and we lost in the Carabao Cup. But then we've got another week between. Obviously, it should be an FA Cup quarter-final, so we've got space and we've got time between these games where we can rest, recover, and plan. And Sean, you're right. I find a pound on the floor and I'm celebrating like I've won the lottery, but.
And I love that about you, bro. I love that about you. If there's a pound to be picked up, you pick it up and you go and put it on a 10-1 down the local Ladbrokes, and you see what happens. You sell that £10, then you get have a couple of beers, you meet a girl, and then suddenly your life.
What do you mean, meet a girl?
Because of that £1. Well, not you. You're not you, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean, right?
Fucking hell.
That one little pound, that one moment of luck. If you treat it in the right format, it can generate things. And for me, I think that this is a day, whether or not we crumble against whoever in the next part of the season. Tonight should be a night where everyone is like, bam, we smashed it. We smashed it. And I worry about fans that are choosing to see this as like for me personally, and I'll be entirely honest, I think it's because of entrenched opinions that find these sorts of results that are in contrast to momentum movements that are trying to be pushed, and that this is short-term gain, long-term pain for them. And I think that they see it in a different light, and I find it distasteful and I find it worrying, and I hope that it's not the majority. I hope that most people tonight are celebrating, cracking open a beer and saying we smashed the champions and we could do it again. If we can do it to them, we can do it to the rest of the teams that are coming up, including Chelsea. I know Chelsea are a bit of a difficult team for us, and despite their squad being, £800 million richer, they're a team that has 18 different languages being spoken, a manager that none of them respect, and Tottenham can go. If we can get past them, we can get past them. We can get past the next 8 or 9 teams, including AC Milan. AC Milan got smashed against Sassuolo last weekend, 5-2 or whatever it was. There's no reason why Tottenham can't go on a run right now, and I think that everybody should be incredibly that the appetite for enthusiasm should be on point and peak. And if it's not, I don't understand why.
No, Sean, absolutely. I think it. Look, like you said, we all know the problems. We all know what needs to be done. But we are. So what did you say? 6 points off second. We're still in the FA Cup. We're still in the Champions League. Yeah, you don't need to convince me. I'm there. I'm driving that train. And AC Milan are 1-0 down in the Milan derby as well. With 50 minutes gone. Iggy's going to be happy. Well, not happy about that. He's happy about this. But look, Sean, big up to yourself, man. Thanks for coming on. You can find Sean on Spurs Talk Show. Is it all one word still, or have you put spaces in there?
No, it's just it's still one word.
Yeah. He says that with like such.
Oh no, it's like, oh for God's sake, still mugging me off with at Spurs Talk Show. All one word. Big up, Sean. Thanks for coming on.
Big up.
And we'll see you again next time.
See you later, Sean.
Come on, you Spurs. Okay, guys.
Come on, you Spurs. And Danny's a flip flop. Right, people. That is the end of the call-in show. Danny, you can take your headphones off now.
Barry's the most deluded person I've ever met.
I don't care if I'm deluded. I don't care. Anyway, Laura's asked a couple of questions. First of all, she said, Sean, watch it, mate. And that was obviously to the comment about meeting a girl after picking a pound up and doing all sorts of nonsense. And what's wrong with you, Danny? She's not heard you swear yet today.
I told you I was going to be more composed.
Yeah, more composed. We had a lot of complaints about Danny and his colourful language, let's just say. But guys and girls, thank you for bearing with us while we had some technical issues. It always seems to be the way. Obviously, the next watch along will be on Saturday, the 11th, Leicester away. Brian Daigle and Sai will be here. They'll also be here for the Milan game. I'm not here again until the FA Cup fifth round. It's the fifth round. So yeah, till March now. So you get a break from me. Danny's just Danny. Look, it's been a fantastic win for Spurs. We need to let's just leave it on Harry Kane, the one season wonder, 267 and counting. Ben and Sim will be here probably tomorrow with your instant match reaction, 5 takeaways. I know Ben will be doing an FPL show purely because he's now top of the FPL league. So he's bringing that show back. But thank you all for joining us. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.